Hello to all my people around the world. I hope you're having a blessed day. My name is Ovidio Garcia, and today I will be talking about have your finances in order before you get married. Now, if you plan on getting married in the near future, it's very important that you have your finances in order so you won't reproduce children into poverty. This is what I think, this is what I've seen, and this is what I've experienced. There's times that I travel to very poor countries when I go for business, traveling for business. I've seen a lot of poverty. But what strikes me the most, what gets to me the most, is when I see children in the street begging for food or begging for money. And it always strikes a chord in my heart because those children didn't choose to be born into poverty. That's the parents' choice. They decided to reproduce. Now, another thing that I find disturbing is that when these parents reproduce, they have children, they put the children out in the street, beg for money to support their bad habits, their drug habits, alcohol habits, or whatever other habits they have. You can have gambling habits. I don't know. That's very shameful for parents to do that. And you find that a lot in these very poor countries, that parents use their children as bait so people can feel sorry for them, give them money, and the children give them money to the parents, and then they'll go abuse it in whatever way they need to. Now, I'm not against teaching your children at a young age how to work and how to earn their money a righteous way. I'm not against that. But a lot of parents abuse of that, especially in poor countries. Now, for the people right now that have not been married and are in a relationship and are planning to get married, you need to sit down with your fiance or your girlfriend that's going to be your future wife. If you see yourself marrying her, sit down and make sure that you're on the same page when it comes to your finances. What's going to be a priority in your life? Because if you have a partner who is a heavy spender and it's spending more money than what you're making, you're going to have a lot of trouble. That's already a red flag to begin with. That's a red flag. You're going to get into some trouble. So you have to plan that out. Don't rush into marriage. Don't do it because of culture, because of tradition, or because of a mistake that you made and now you're forced to get married. Unfortunately, if you made a mistake, you have to now start thinking about how you're going to accelerate your finances. You got 2 mouths to feed. And besides yours, that's 3. Or if you have more. I don't know your situation. But I'm trying to share this information to help prevent you from making a mistake. And if you do make a mistake, to have your finances ready so that mistake won't be just adding up more and more and more and more and more. So I come from an old-fashioned, traditional Hispanic culture where only the man works and the woman stays home. And that is a discipline or a way of life I was shown. The man has to be responsible to put a roof, have a roof, food on the table, pay the bills, clothes on the children and the wife that are living in the house, and money for the car. His objective is just to work and provide for his family. That is a man. That is an old-fashioned man. Unfortunately, we live in nowadays where men don't step up to the plate. That's a whole different topic. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm only going to talk about having your finances in order. So I come from that type of a culture, that type of a tradition. It's my responsibility to step up to the plate and be a man and do all those necessary means that I have to provide. Now, if your mentality is not set to that, don't even plan to get married. You're going to set yourself up and then bring somebody else into that mess. So first, there's no rush. Do not rush. Get your money right. Get your money in order. Do not reproduce children into poverty. Do not reproduce. If you're so desperate to have kids, there's plenty of kids that you can adopt. Do not. I'm trying to explain this in a way. Do not reproduce children into poverty. There's no need. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Get your money right. Get your money right. Then have money set aside so if you get taken out the picture, your child is not going to suffer. You know, I find it very disturbing when I visit these poor countries that I see parents out there with 10, 15 kids. Poor, dirt poor. They barely have enough for themselves and they're still reproducing. That type of mentality, that type of mindset does not help them, does not help the children, does not help people in this world. It's easy to have kids if you're going to depend on somebody else to support them for you. But be a man and step up to the plate. Don't depend on the government. Don't depend on your parents. You have to do this on your own. That's the choice that you made. Don't bring that burden on somebody else. Don't bring that burden on other people's taxpayers' money to feed your kids that you decided to have because you weren't disciplined enough. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't bring children into this world if you already know that you're poor and you're gonna bring them into poverty. So get your money right. Get your money right before you decide to move on and have children. So this is my what I wanted to share. You have any topics you want me to discuss, talk about, share, like my information, let me know. Send me a private message. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. And I hope my information helps you in some way, shape, or form. And I hope that you can analyze my information before you decide to move on to the next step. So remember, I love all of y'all madly. And everybody have a nice day.